Okay, I'll just take a moment to share my screen. Okay, so in last class we covered safe startup and shutdown procedures. Okay, startup and shutdown procedure, both topics, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I think shutdown also we covered. Okay, so today we try to cover maintenance and a few more topics in this paper so that we can able to complete this. Okay, so maintenance. So what we do in maintenance, why the maintenance is required, what is the purpose of maintenance? Anybody? Why we do maintenance? What is the purpose? Is it maintenance team is required in the organization?
ప్లాంట్ సడన్ గా ఆకుండా ప్రీ మెయింటెనెన్స్ చేసుకోవడం చేయాలి సార్.
Okay. Any other answer?
Sir, for both predict
Sorry?
for both predictive and preventive maintenance. Matlab,
Okay, these are the
to maintain the running condition of the equipment and plant production.
okay, fine. Basically, those are two types of maintenance: predictive maintenance or accidental maintenance or breakdown maintenance, or etc. etc. Basically, this maintenance team act as a doctors for the equipments. So they will do the diagnosis of the equipments. Diagnosis in the sense they'll see the condition of the equipment, they will check the all the functionalities of the equipment, and then they will assess, okay, is there any upcoming treatment is required or not. When you talk about treatment during the diagnosis, how the doctor will ask us so many questions. Once you go to the hospital, he will ask, if you go for stomach pain, he will ask your food habits, or he will ask for the past history. Is it repeatedly coming, or it is it first time you are facing this issue? The same way, the maintenance team also, they do the doctor like diagnosis in the repair, in the sense, for example, oil change. That is the one repair they suggest, or upcoming issues with that machine, or any wear and tear of any moving parts. There is a replacement of the parts. They do internal diagnosis, and they will repair the specific issues, or they'll correct the issues which may come up in the future, or which are currently present. Okay, their presence is very much required, as we know that prevention is better than cure. That is the first sentence they do before the machine is going to be down or shutting down. They take the actions, okay, preventing the breakdown of the machines. Safety precautions for fire hazard. Sunil, I didn't understand the context of this answer. Okay, it is fine. Yeah, so the maintenance should be considered as early as design stage. Good engineering initially can reduce the maintenance problems considerably. So the design of your process, the design of your equipments, the design of your uh, process controls, it can widely reduce the maintenance burden. So those parts of the equipment that need frequent attention should have a good accessibility and easy to remove or replace. So this point we covered in the IS 102 regarding the design of the machine guarding. So whenever any specific parts it need a frequent inspection, refilling or frequent monitoring is required, those parts can be kept away from the machine guarding. There we have taken example of oiling and greasing and lubrication. So if it is any parts are frequent lubrication or greasing is required, either those points can be away from the guard or above the guard, or we can extend the greasing points or lubrication points, so that we can able to do it without removing the guard. Here the point is, whichever the points or equipments that needed frequent attention should have a good accessibility, so that the people can able to see it. Until unless it is not easily accessible, automatically we are humans, we are not programmed like machines with AI technology, so definitely we'll have ignorance, because in the AI, artificial intelligence, they will take the decisions, or the programmer will give a program, so the machine can't override the program. But in our case, we can override our managers, you can even override our colleague, we can override our company owner also, until unless you don't want to work in that company. So whenever there is a frequent visit and monitoring, those can be easily accessible for easy remove and replace. Space must be available for the tools or special maintenance equipment such as lifting gear, jacks, and also large torque wrenches. And the plant maintenance system that is introduced or should include plant condition monitoring. This enables the start of the plant to be uh, reduced wish list still in service and cutting maintenance cost considering compared to the trip down inspection methods. So basically you should need an enough space in and around the equipment, అంటే మీ చుట్టుపక్కల కావాల్సినంత స్పేస్ అనేది ఉండాలి లిఫ్టింగ్ టూల్స్ పెట్టుకోవడానికి. ఒక్కసారి మనము హెవీ మిషనరీ లిఫ్ట్ చేయాలంటే ఆ, దీన్ని ఏమంటారు, చైన్ తోటి లాగుతాం కదా, ఐఎమ్ నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు రీకాల్, చైన్ పుల్లీ బ్లాక్, యా, చైన్ పుల్లీ బ్లాక్ కానీ లేదంటే బిగ్ బిగ్ స్పాన్, యా, స్పానర్స్ కానీ తర్వాత టార్క్ రెంచెస్ ఏమైనా యూస్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు యూ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ ఎనఫ్ స్పేస్ టు అకామిడేట్ దోస్ టూల్స్. అండ్ ద ప్లాంట్ మెయింటెనెన్స్ సిస్టమ్ దట్ ఈస్ ఇంట్రడ్యూస్డ్ షుడ్ ఇంక్లూడ్ plant condition monitoring. So in the PM, you should also have the condition monitoring. So it is not like that, okay, I do PM on specific date, by the time I'll never visit that mission in between, I'll go at that particular moment only. So we should also do the in between the condition monitoring also. Sometimes before the PM also the mission may can shut down, so we should have a proper monitoring system in place prior to the PM. Basically this enables the state of the plant to reduce the wish list still the service and cutting maintenance cost. Sometimes what will happen, by the before the maintenance, if you are doing any monitoring inspection or regular monitoring, so we can able to identify the issues, so it can avoid the cost of the maintenance. And any planned maintenance or condition monitoring system should include a breakdown maintenance repair analysis system. This enables modifications to be made subsequently to such schemes by modifying maintenance periods or adding or subtracting the other operations. So this maintenance or monitoring systems, what will happen, it will gives us the indications, okay, by when we need to change an oil, by when we need to change particular or specific parts of the mission. It gives an indication, or with this we can able to some of the activities can be reduced also. And also it helps to identify the poorly designed or constructed plant and enable better specifications to be produced for the replacement of items. Sometimes the design or the construction of the equipment which is not properly designed, or the parts which are there inside which are not having a good quality, basically it will happens with the low grade, or sometimes if you buying any second hand equipment, in those situations you could come across with such kind of situations. ఎప్పుడైనా మనం సెకండ్ హ్యాండ్ మిషన్స్ కొనుక్కున్నప్పుడు వాళ్ళు ఎక్కడి నుంచో రీఫర్బిష్ చేసిన పార్ట్స్ అన్ని లోపల వేసేసి మనకి మిషన్ రెడీ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. ఆ కేసెస్లో మనకి ఇలాంటి ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ వచ్చేదానికి ఛాన్స్ ఉంటుంది. సో బై దట్ యూ కెన్ రీప్లేస్ ద బెటర్ పార్ట్స్, ఇట్ విల్ గివ్ ఎన్ బెటర్ లైఫ్. Then third is the safety objective is the to train the operators to correct the operating procedures as install the plant, including pumps, tanks and electrical items. Instrumentation is a responsibility of the operational department. Operational procedures must include safety regulations which prohibit unauthorized access to equipments. This is done by means of a work permit system. Okay. And the last one is safety of this maintenance people. Already we have discussed there are many legal requirements like machinery in motion. So whoever the maintenance workers who are working on the machines, when they are in motion, they must be covered under those specific rules. They have to maintain a separate register. Okay. And also correct the operating procedures. So in case of any necessity of the procedures or the performance or the activities they are performing in the machines, in case of any procedure corrections to be done, it has to be corrected. And all the installed plants includes pumps and equipments or electrical systems. Based on the systems also, in case of any necessary changes, sometimes you will bring up with a new mission or new systems, new technology comes in, there we need to correct our operating procedures. And instrumentation is the responsibility of the operational department. Operating procedures must include safety regulations which prohibit unauthorized entry. So whatever the safety precautions or safety regulations or rules and regulations, those has to be enable the unauthorized entry of the people or access to the equipment. Especially I can give an example of the transformer ad, where only the electrical team is authorized to enter in the transformer ad. Okay, such kind of things, or the equipments which are not authorized to go, the safety regulations has to be covered, which are the equipments or sophisticated equipments which are not such kind of missions. అంటే ఏ missions కి ఎవరు యాక్సెస్ ఉంది. సో దేర్ యూ కెన్ డినోట్ ఓన్లీ authorized people can enter, or only authorized people are allowed to visit or monitor, like that. Then maintenance policies and types. So we will see the structure. So in the British standards IS 3811, so it gives the terminology, or sorry, yeah, defines the terminology and also used for the maintenance policies. You can refer this for further detail, like health and safety policy, good quality assurance policies, maintenance, preventive or planned maintenance. Then it is possible also develop checklist for the plant maintenance. Definitely yes, for a maintenance, definitely they have a checklist. Based on the checklist, they will do a thorough examination of the equipment or machinery. So any idea what is mean by policy? So leave about maintenance policy, what is mean by safety policy? Previously also we discussed who will sign on the safety policy, because it is very important. And what will be covered in the safety policy?
Managing director.
Okay. Always a managing director.
ఏం సార్ అర్థం కాలేదా?
అంటే సేఫ్టీ పాలసీ అంటే ఏంటి, దాని మీద ఎవరు సైన్ చేస్తారో ఆ పాలసీలో మనం ఏమేమి డిస్ప్లే చేస్తాము, ఆ పాలసీ యొక్క ఉద్దేశం ఏంటి?
ఫ్యాక్టరీ మేనేజర్.
ఓకే. Factory manager,
ప్లాంట్ హెడ్ కూడా
managing
వస్తుందండి
director.
టెక్నికల్.
Okay, plant head.
ప్లాంట్ హెడ్ అండి.
Okay. Yes, Ramakrishna, plant head also. Inka?
Chief
Safety officer
Executive
sign.
Officer, CEO.
CEO. Okay. Lakshmi Das Ji, CEO. Either safety manager can sign on the policy.
No, sir.
वही तो सेफ्टी का पूरा यही है ना. He is responsible for safety.
But after all, sir, main responsibility is the company's managing director, otherwise CEO.
So basically,
uh,
yeah, rightly said. Thanks. So basically, what will happen? So he is an ultimate accountable for safety. When you say responsibility, it get diluted, or we can't dilute also, but sometimes it can be diluted. Who is answerable, or who is having control on decision making with respect to health and safety activities? So they will be the ultimate signing authority of the permit. Sometimes depends on organization. He may be a plant head, he may be a joint managing director, or he may be a managing director, sometimes chairman, or sometimes CEO. So ultimately, who is the ultimate decision maker on EHS related activities? Then he is going to be the person who is authorized to sign on the permit. Okay, fine. What are the points we could see in the safety policy? What it denotes? సేఫ్టీ పాలసీ ఏం చెప్తుంది? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ పాలసీ రాసుకున్నారు, సంతకం పెట్టేశారు. దే హావ్ రిటన్ ద పాలసీ అండ్ దే హావ్ సైన్డ్ ఇట్. వెరీ నైస్లీ డిజైన్డ్, nicely articulated policy, and they signed and nicely displayed in front of the gate. What it indicates to the people?
It indicates commitment of management representation, health and environmental, and their goals and management goals.
Okay. Any example? I mean, goal
means, sir, environmental continual improvement and environmental protection, and human health.
All accident should be preventable.
Okay.
They will adapt to technology in the process.
They may say that whatever the applicable standards or legal requirements, they are going to fulfill all the applicable standards or legal requirements will be fulfilled. Then they may say that our operations will not pollute, or the products or operations or our value chain will not go into pollute the environment, and also minimization of the waste and providing safe and healthy workspace to the all employees. Then, as Ramarao mentioned, continuous improvement and monitoring of the people performance, and also communication of this policy to the all the respective internal and external stakeholders. Okay, so these are the some of the commitments they used to write. When I say safety policy, it is nothing but the commitment of the top management at the high level. Based on the policy, we will create
The safety policy
all our
separate, environmental
safety
safety policy
manual,
separate, sir.
safety procedures. ఏంటండి?
సేఫ్టీ పాలసీ ఎన్విరాన్మెంటల్ సేఫ్టీ పాలసీ కూడా ఉంటుంది కదా, అది సెపరేట్ సేమ్ ఏంటండి?
అన్నీ ఒకటే. కొన్ని చోట్ల ఏమో ఈహెచ్ఎస్ పాలసీ అంటారు, కొన్ని చోట్ల ఏమో QEHS పాలసీ అంటారు, క్వాలిటీ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ హెల్త్ అండ్ సేఫ్టీ పాలసీ అంటారు. కొన్ని చోట్ల ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ గురించి మాట్లాడతారు, సేఫ్టీ గురించి మాట్లాడతారు, బట్ వాళ్ళు ఏంటంటే ఓన్లీ సేఫ్టీ పాలసీ అని చెప్తూ ఉంటారు. అంతా ఒకటే. వికట కవి అంటాం కదా, అట్ని చదివినా ఇట్ని చదివినా వచ్చేది దాని భావం ఒకటే, బట్ మనుషులు చెప్పుకునే దాన్ని బట్టి
మీనింగ్ మాత్రం ఒకటే, జస్ట్ నేమ్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది.
నేమ్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. సో మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద కంపెనీ ఎక్కడైతే వాళ్ళకి ఐఎంఎస్ సిస్టమ్స్ ఉన్నాయో, ఇంటిగ్రేటెడ్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ సిస్టమ్ ఉందో, ISO 9001, 14,000, 45,001 ఉందో, అక్కడ వాళ్ళు కొన్ని ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్, అన్ని చేయవు, కొన్ని ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్ క్వాలిటీ పాలసీ సపరేట్ పెడతారు, ఈహెచ్ఎస్ పాలసీ సపరేట్ పెట్టుకుంటారు. బట్ కొన్ని ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్ క్వాలిటీ సేఫ్టీ రెండు పాలసీలను కలిపి QEHS పాలసీ అని కూడా చెప్తూ ఉంటారు. దట్ ఈస్ అప్ టు అస్. ఓకే, ఫైన్, గుడ్. I suggest, I mean, whoever has not come across with the policy, I mean, already experienced, but you sometimes you are in other departments or you didn't get a chance to read the policy, I suggest please read the policy in your company so that there is a chance to ask in the examination. Okay, just to go through the policy. What is your management is, either your management is committed or not for your safety, because even though we are not committed or not, that is nothing. The management should be committed for our safety. Okay, fine. As I told, different types of maintenances here we have seen. Now we'll see the structure. Here I could see unplanned maintenance. So how it goes? Okay, so when I say unplanned maintenance, then it leads to could there be a serious consequences. So why it is done unplanned maintenance? Because of could there be a serious consequences, అంటే ఏదన్నా పెద్ద ప్రమాదము లేదంటే దాని యొక్క తీవ్రత అనేది ఎక్కువగా ఉంటాము. If it is yes, then it will be call it as an emergency maintenance. I'm telling you, don't confuse with all these terminologies: corrective maintenance, preventive maintenance, emergency maintenance, unplanned maintenance and all. Please don't get confused yourself, and also don't get worried with this. Okay, it is just to understand how it works as a scenario. Basically, in our plants, we will only talk about preventive maintenance or accidental maintenance or breakdown maintenance, or even planned maintenance. It is PM. That is also one thing. Planned and preventive maintenance both are same. If you are planned, it is preventive. If you are not planned, it is a breakdown maintenance or unplanned maintenance or shutdown maintenance. Okay, don't get worried with this terminology, just understand the flow. So here I'm doing unplanned maintenance. It could be two reasons. One is either serious consequences or no. If there is no serious consequences, it is just a corrective maintenance. Okay, simply they do a small correction and they leave it. When there is a serious consequences of the damage, what will be the serious consequences in case of emission failure? What are the serious consequences?
Abnormal sound observed, sir.
Okay.
Equipment damage.
Sorry?
Maybe equipment damage or it leads to an accident.
When you say consequences, it depends on the type of equipment and also where it is located and the functionality of the equipment. If the functionality of the equipment is critical, it may leads to a serious consequences. For example, a failure of the utility pump, the hot oil pump, a failure of a basic garden water pump. Both function is same, just in a pumping of any specific medium. If the hot oil is not pumping, your production stops. If the garden water pump is not working, it is fine. They can go with something else and they can manage it. But the production stops means it is in a loss for the company. It depends on the type of equipment and the process of the equipment and the criticality of the equipment. It will differ. Same case, for example, when fire accident happened, suddenly you lost the power, then your generator got also failure. The generator also not working. What will happen? The consequences will be very severe. The complete factory will burn to ashes. మొత్తం కలిపోతుంది, ఏమీ మిగలదు మనకి. Okay, that is one example. Then it will go to, is the work to be done already known? So this is the one thing. Sometimes we may not know what to be done. Maybe it is in a special case. Maybe for the maintenance manager also it is not never seen such kind of instances. The fire pump is every day it is working well. Unfortunately, the bad day to him, the pump is not working, and he is also not familiar with. He is not able to identify the problem. Like doctors, they used to say that okay, we are not able to find. We need to do some more test, some more test. They'll keep on suggesting the different kinds of examinations or tests for a patient to identify the real cause of the problem. The same way, if they know what to do, then it will go to is or must the machine to be stopped. Again, other case. If they know whether it is stopped or not. If it is to be stopped, yes, then it will go for as a shutdown maintenance. It is a major job or not. If it is a major, then it is overall. It is no. It is just a repair. Okay. Then if you need not to stop, it is a running maintenance. Running maintenance is nothing but a repair. It is here you are not considering as a shutdown. It's just a running maintenance. For example, lubrication. It is giving a noise. The roller machine, it is giving a noise. You just applied a grease during the running itself. You have just repaired it. Okay. If the solution is not known, is this dismantling and also test necessary to find out? If it is no, just an inspection. If it is yes, then examination. Again, it will go for condition based maintenance based on the condition of the equipment or condition of the parts which is inside. Accordingly, again, you will design, and then you have to stop or you just do a running maintenance. Okay. Another one is a planned maintenance, which is nothing but PM. Is it a breakdown? If it is yes, then you do a corrective maintenance. It is no, then it's to prevent a breakdown. When it's to prevent a breakdown, it is in a general checkup. If it is a breakdown, you do a maintenance job. Correction you do. If it is not in a breakdown, to prevent that breakdown, అంటే ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుందంటే ప్లాంట్ మెయింటెనెన్స్ వచ్చేసి ఇక్కడ అడుగుతాము బ్రేక్ డౌన్ చేస్తున్నా లేదా. ఒకవేళ ఇది బ్రేక్ డౌన్ అనుకుంటే దాన్ని మనం కరెక్షన్ చేస్తాము. దేనివల్ల మనకి బ్రేక్ డౌన్ అయిందో ఆ మిషన్ దాన్ని మనం కరెక్ట్ చేస్తాం. ఒకవేళ ఇది బ్రేక్ డౌన్ కాదు అనుకున్నప్పుడు తర్వాత ఏమవుతుంది, టు ప్రివెంట్ ది బ్రేక్ డౌన్ అంటే అది పాడైపోకుండా దానికి ఏం చేయాలన్నది చూస్తాము. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనకి ఈ కేసులో మనకి నాయిస్ వచ్చింది, రన్నింగ్లో మనము గ్రీజ్ అప్లై చేసాము లేదా లూబ్రికెంట్ అప్లై చేసాము, అది స్మూత్ అయిపోయింది. సేమ్ కేసులో కనుక ఏంటంటే ఈ సౌండ్ రాకముందే టు ప్రివెంట్ దట్ నాయిస్ వీ డూ అ రెగ్యులర్ regular monitoring, and we'll apply a lubrication on alternate days or once in a week so that the sound itself it will not generate. There are any consumables being replaced? If no, it is in a preventive maintenance, then it will go to is the work is done to known, again it will continue the same activity. If yes, then it will be falling under service. Some of the parts have been replaced. It is just a servicing. Okay, this is how the maintenance works will happen. But during the maintenance we'll not follow all these things, just to understand how it happens. Unplanned maintenance, how it goes, and planned maintenance, how it goes. Whenever it is planned, it is always the motto or the agenda behind the PM is to avoid the breakdown of the missions. Okay. When you say unplanned, again it is going to be a mission, either we do for a breakdown mission, either we do for any damage, etc. Okay. Any doubt here? Am I confused chesana, or is it clear? Just to understand the concept, don't bang your heads with the terminology, shutdown maintenance, etc. Because once you enter in the shop floor, you will be familiarized with what kind of terminology they are using. Okay, fine. So as we know, the main intention of any maintenance system is to identify the failure situations, and by timely repair, replacement, and servicing to stop the possible failures. Like we do hazard identification and to prevent the accidents, and they do identify the failures. When I say hazard, for them it is a failure. For us, when you say hazard, it is having potential to cause harm. When you say failure in the maintenance case, it is also potential to cause harm to the machines or to the people sometimes. Mostly it is with the machines. And this certainly saves subsequent cost of damaged plant, machinery, equipment, material, and stoppage time, accident cost to persons, property, and environment. Therefore, maintenance cost must be due consideration and also budgetary provisions. So, with the proper maintenance and planning, what will happen? We can able to avoid the possible cases and also the damages to the machineries and plant. Sometimes what will happen in case of damage of any oil seal, it can take out the complete one batch of production. Okay, so that the organization should consider this, and they have to allocate some budget for the maintenance. So the maintenance activities include running maintenance, we have seen, and also service. It is nothing but replacement of consumables, including lubrication and overhauling, and production assistance, adjusting mission settings. So when I say production assistance, it is not about adjusting the settings. Sometimes they do extra service to the production. They will also adjust the safety controls also. Anybody in maintenance team here? Anybody of you working in maintenance? Have you done any such attempts? The production team is requesting you to, अरे बाबा ये तो बार बार मिशन बंद हो रहा है, can you please bypass this tripping device? बार बार ट्रिप होते जा रहे करके, or you would have bypassed the the safety interlock with the machineries.
Yes,
Anybody?
we have. Yes, we have.
You have done, Lakshmi Das ji?
Yes, interlock bypass so many times we have to done this activity.
From now you are not supposed to do that.
No, but sir, if in running condition, if you want to do any activity, there may be the permission is given by management. You take the interlock bypass to the system, then you can do it.
Yeah, I know some of the situations it is not in our control, but always we can find the right solution. But even if it is, it is avoided, but immediately you have to, make them active. Sometimes what will happen, they forgot. It is not the mistake of the maintenance team. Usually with their working pressure and the workload, they forgot to put it back, the control in place. Then it leads to an accident actually. So whenever you done, again you can bring back to the normal condition, then it is fine. Because ultimately we are also humans. All the controls are not with us, because we are just an employee. Whatever the boss says, we have to agree. Then we have breakdown like corrective and emergency maintenance, unscheduled repair or broken parts, condition-based maintenance, unscheduled testing and repair based on the unsafe conditions or noticed. So these are condition-based maintenance, as I told you, unnecessary noise or vibration, noise or vibration, etc. Shutdown or preventive maintenance. These are nothing but scheduled or planned periodical testing and repair, which is including services. Okay. And also maintenance activities may involve type of emptying, purging, cleaning, breaking of the pipeline, repair, demolition, hot work, welding, hot tapping, part removal, repair, and refitting. These are the few activities which we cover in the maintenance activities. These are not all, only the few activities. Okay. We have 30 seconds. So with this topic we have done, there is a one more presentation. After the break, we can discuss that presentation with that. we completed the chemical paper. Then from the next class, I mean, after today, so we can start with IS 108.